warm welcome to you. My name is Claire. I'm Claire Hodgson. I'm the Global Memberships Manager here at the Institute of Analytics, and it's my pleasure to talk to you today about how to move from being affiliate member to associate member. So we've got a track for you. We've got a couple of different ways you can do that depending on what you want to achieve. But we will talk about it today, and we've got some guided pathways and some tips for how to identify the skills that are needed to move along and gain more technical skills that are required. Okay, so we know that with the changes in AI, the disruption that that's bringing, and how technology is moving so fast with quantum computing and all the other things which are going on in the world, we know that not just people in one particular sector, but practically the entire workforce across the globe is going to have to upskill. And they are going to need to learn skills in digital literacy, data literacy, skills with AI, and really the whole workforce is facing a challenge to fill in the gaps which we're seeing within our skills of our workforce. So it really is impacting everyone. So well done to you for coming here and finding out how to go about gaining these skills. So today we are talking about moving from our membership grade, which is called affiliate. That's for anyone really. That's not for data specialists. That's for anyone with a curiosity. It's for any sector, any industry, any role. You don't have to be a data specialist to be an affiliate. But it may mean that actually you have significant skills within your job, within your role. So it's interesting today to look at what skills you already might have and building on those and looking at where your gaps are, because it's going to be different for everyone. So we're looking at moving from affiliate grade here up to associate member. Associate member is our first technical grade. And that's where we recognise that you've got some technical data skills. And to recognise this in the industry, we also add the designation for this particular professional status with a IoA, which you can see here. So when you become an associate, it means that you are recognised for your data skills. It means you have got some technical knowledge and you've got some applied technical skills. And that's recognised with this designation of AIOA. And as you move, should you wish to move and you start gaining more skills within this area, you can move, if you wish, up to member, and you'll have a different designation to recognise your additional skills. MIOA, senior member, SIOA, and for our thought leaders, we have fellow, and they have a designation of FIOA. So why move to associate membership? Why is that a good thing? If you wish to increase your skills, like I was just talking about, that practically all of us actually need to do this and upskill and add to our skill sets. Make sure that we understand how to use data, make sure that we can use AI properly, that we understand the ethical implications of that, and that we can start using AI and other types of machine intelligence within our roles, within our jobs, because that is vastly becoming the expectation in all roles, that we will be applying machine intelligence to be more efficient. So we've talked about you will have a professional designation when you reach associate member of AIOA. And it also means that you've gained those skills. So, you are going to be a desirable employee. And this particular webinar is with the understanding that probably you are joining us with a financial, perhaps accountancy background. So you already have very strong statistical skills. So this is really looking at what do you need next and how do you future-proof your job? Because anything that can be automated, um, it is in danger of being replaced, isn't it, by automation, by AI, by machines. So let's have a look. What can you do? Okay, so we've got some options for you. I'm going to be talking to you. I'm going to be talking to you about building a portfolio. We think this is very important, and we can see that this is a way to showcase your applied skills, particularly your new skills. And I'm going to show you a way to do that with your portfolio builder, which is already part of your membership dashboard. I'm going to show you a bit more about that towards the end of this webinar. Also, we have two courses. I'm going to show you a bit more in depth about one of the courses. That one is the Accountant to Associate course. And that is a way for you to assess where your skills are, assess where your gaps are, and then start to gain the new knowledge that you need. And we have a course for you to do that. Okay. And this other option here, so this course that I'm going to be showing you, it's about 15 hours. It's all on demand, it's there, and it will fit around your work. There's no classes to go to. It can be done when you've got time, because you are busy people. Or the other option here is the Smart Finance course that is also on the learning portal. And this is a slightly more in-depth course if you really want to get more deeply into upskilling. And that is a 50-hour course if you want to take that. Again, it's absolutely up to you. Maybe you want to start with the Accountant to Associate course, and maybe you want to go into it deeper after you finish that because it makes sense to you. It's something that you want to do, and we've got the track for you. And you can really become a business intelligence professional from taking that track. So there are a couple of great courses here. Um, what we recommend is that you have a look and assess your current skills. Now, we break down the set of skills that you need into our analyst competency framework. And the framework is made up of different categories. So we've got knowledge and analytics is one of the categories. We've got communication, we've got professionalism, leadership, and we've got ethics and governance. So I'm going to show you what those assessments look like here. So this is the first one. And don't worry, I'm going to send you this as a PDF and you can have a look carefully yourself. So this is for you to have a look at this category. Okay, can I do that or can I not do that? And the next category is under communication. And it's really thinking about, okay, so these are the skills I need. Where are my gaps? The next one, governance and professionalism. Again, can I do all of these things? Have I got some gaps? Do I not feel so confident in some of these areas? And it's just a chance to work out where your gaps are. And the last one there, leadership. Now we also have those same skills in the appendix of the document that I will send you for you to assess where your skill gaps are. This is a screenshot from the appendix, which also breaks down the skill into some examples of where you might apply this in your work. So here are some examples to help you understand um, where to evidence this. How have I gained these skills? Where do I apply them? And it gives you some examples that you might think, actually, no, I've never done that. That's something that's definitely one of the skills that I need to gain, and um, that's really important to have that clarity over where you feel, no, that's okay, I've got that skill, or no, I definitely don't apply that in my job currently. So that's a skill that I'm missing to become an associate. And that's great because that's where you know where to start. So on the side here, we've just guessed, we've made a prediction here of the current likelihood that if you are currently an accountant or in the financial industry, of what you're likely to have. You probably have those skills, or maybe this one, for example, I can work with tabular and non-tabular data, unlikely. I can run analytics on a large data set, more than 2 million, unlikely. And then some other ones where perhaps it's situational. You may have it depending on what your job is or what your sector is. So that's just an example of what you will see, and to help you kind of gauge what we mean by those statements. So the course itself that we suggest that you take, you can find that on our learning management platform, and I'm going to show you where that is towards the end once I've shown you a bit more about this course. The course is very easy to access. It's around 15 hours, uh, depending on you, depending on how much time you have free to get into it at one time. And there are a couple of modules for this one. By the by the end of the course, you will have gained particularly new skills around AI and machine intelligence, and also business intelligence. So you will be looking at Power BI, you will be looking at using DAX, you'll be looking at improving your visualizations tools, and how to apply AI and different types of machine intelligence into becoming more efficient at what you're doing. And also to be able to weigh up which tools are right and which tools are not right for applying into your role, and understanding where risks are of using AI, because there are some risks around just not really understanding if you could be oversharing, privacy data that shouldn't be put into, for example, ChatGPT. So it's about understanding where the risks are as well. So the aim is that you will, by the end of the course, produce an interactive dashboard, and be able to present data on a business intelligence system. You will also be able to participate in discussion on projects with iterative workflows, and experimentation in the error using machine learning from a theoretical perspective. You'll also be looking at experiencing working with unstructured data insights. So that's looking at text rather than numerical data. So it's really pulling out data from other places, not just spreadsheets. And that's, the great application for AI and other ways of using visualizations, is that you can gain access to other types of data. The assessment of this course is a mixture of practical performing in our Shell technical training environment, and completing some quizzes in the Learning Hub. So a mixture of hands-on and some quiz. Nothing, no big exams, no pressure like that. It's just to gain the skills and make sure that the knowledge stays with you. So as I was saying, there are two core areas that we feel are the areas for additional training and are the areas to fill the gaps for using tools and technologies within the competencies which might, where you might have some gaps. And that is, like I said, the tools for business intelligence and the application of AI. But definitely looking at the correct use or the best use and giving you the tools to be able to decide and know how to check which is the best tool to use. So it's moving from our old friend Excel and moving from spreadsheets into applying data and using dynamic visualizations of Power BI. So just a few things that you can do in a business intelligence system that your spreadsheets can't do and will struggle with. Um, just the sheer volume of data. Business intelligence systems can handle millions of rows of data. Um, so that you're not limited on huge amounts of data sets. You can also easily automate data collection from particular sources that you want to use, and you can automate routine data transformation tasks and reporting. It's not just saving you time, but it's also reducing, risks of errors. You get real-time insights because you've linked up your business intelligence system to online data sources. You can see real-time views of what's going on in your business. You also get superior ways of seeing your data. They are so interactive. People who are not au fait and not familiar with using clunky charts can actually interact with the data themselves, and it's much more dynamic. It will move and be able to, you can dig into the data with much more ease, much more simplicity, and much more better user experience. You have better data integrity and security, and you'll be able to integrate different multiple sources of your data. So you can connect with various different data sources to have a much better holistic view um, than you would with just discrete spreadsheets. When you are taking this course, you're going to have a mixture of being on our learning management system in our environment and moving between the other platform that we use for this particular course, which is through DataCamp. And in DataCamp, if you haven't used it before, it's very, very well structured and it's very well supported. You will have support to get things right. You'll have hints as many as you need, or you can ask for more support if you need more support. And it's a great environment that looks like the actual technology that you're learning. So it will be a shell environment which is like the real environment. So you will have support from the computer. We'll actually monitor what's going on with your actions, and whatever support you need, you will get it. And you'll have really clear instructions on how to ask for help if you need it. So it's very well supported. It's hard not to learn. If you're worried about, this is going to be a headache and I'm going to have to really dedicate a lot of my thinking time to it. Yes, there is obviously learning time, but it is with less errors and to the level of support that you need. That might be less, that might be more. So looking at AI and machine intelligence, you'll be learning about these three different types of categories of machine intelligence. So you'll be learning about models, modeling. You may already have quite a lot of experience using models in your, if you're working with statistics within your finance role, but definitely using AI assistants and how do we use those? How do we make ourselves more efficient? And AI agents. So using machine intelligence to support us in our work and make us more efficient. But which ones and how? How do we do that without endangering the business that we work for and risking ethical issues? So it's just making sure that you have all of the decision making, informed decision making at your fingertips. So using DataCamp, the track that you will be taking on AI is around 2 hours for this section. You'll be understanding about AI strategy, how to really combine business data and AI, setting goals that drive success, and being able to make a scalable AI strategy. You'll be looking at data strategy for the business that you work within. You'll be looking at LLMs, large language models for business, and how they are changing the business world. It's really exciting. You'll also be looking at how to best use AI within the business and get the best value back so that you are really empowered and feel confident with machine intelligence by the end. So on our learning management system, and our whole ethos really is to support you in your career, in your path, wherever that journey takes you, and wherever the landscape takes us as things change in the world. We are here to support you, and we want you to have that flexibility to be able to pivot and change and make sure you have access to all of the new skills and training that you need as you go along. And there will be things that we don't know are coming down the path, and they will be coming, and things will be changing, and that's fine because we've got a great set of training for you, and we update that all the time. So it's great that you're here, and it's great that you are preparing for what life brings to us. Just to make sure that you are aware, in case you're new or maybe you haven't had a look around much of the membership area, we have 3 data platforms, but we have 2 external learning platforms. One is called Data Camp, and one is called Data Quest, and they have so much content there for you. There are projects, there are tutorials, there are competitions, there are training courses, long training courses, short training courses. Really, whatever you need, have a look there, because I am sure whatever you need to do, it's there. So this is a brilliant extra benefit of being a member, that you always know you can just go to the membership area and look in the learning content and see what you're looking for. So going back to what you can do next, let's have a quick look at the portfolio, which is in the membership area, and I'll give you a quick demonstration of the learning management system as well, and where to find things and where to find this course, because there's a lot there. So let's have a look. I'll just come off this page and go into our website. So I'm logged in. You can see here it says hello Claire, and I can choose what I want to go to here, or I can go back to the public website over here. I'm just looking now at the dashboard, and I can choose where I want to go. So I'll just quickly show you where the learning is and where that course that I was just showing you, where it is. So I click on learning, and then I get to choose. If I want to go to Data Camp and just have a look around, I'm going to go to Knowledge and Analytics. Also, Data Quest is there, so I'll just quickly show you Data Quest. I'll click on that and it will take me through to Data Quest, or I click on that one, it will take me to Data Camp. I don't want to do that. I want to go to this one that says all courses. That's the one. And I'm going to go down and find page 2. Here we are. And you'll see this one here, the future accountant. Now, this is the course that I've been talking about. We click on here and it's about 15 hours. I've already started this one, but you can see that you just click on this and it will say start course. Here we are, and then we just get started. That's the page that I was showing you, and that's where it is. The other thing that I want to show you, if we go back to my dashboard, again, I can have a look at webinars, I can go to events, look at resources. I'm going to look now at the portfolio, which I love. Here we are, here's mine. So I have set this up as if I am a senior member. I'm actually not a senior member, but this is where you would set up your profile. So it's very easy. You just click on the edit button here and you'd write down what you want it to say. I've put down that I'm generally a rock star. You would put down whatever summarizes you, however you want to portray yourself. And we recommend putting down, if you have a designation, an Institute of Analytics designation, we suggest that you put it here. So I have done this as a senior member and I've put SIOA as my designation. So if you become an associate, we recommend putting your designation there. Currently, if you're an affiliate, just write down here, IoA affiliate member. Very good. It just means that you are taking your learning really seriously and your career very seriously. You're, a great employee. So the way it works, if you haven't seen it, is up here you can watch some videos which will tell you how best to use this, how to get started, how to build a really good portfolio. And this is where it's sectioned and categorized and organized into the skills that we've broken down into the different levels. So it's also great for seeing where your gaps are. So for example, let's have a look here. Level 1, knowledge and analytics. So, can I describe a problem in data terms? Now, this is where I add my proof. This is where I can start to collate all of my evidence. Maybe I've got a great project which shows it matches some of these skills and I can put my project work into here. Perhaps I've got some great feedback from my team, which can go into my communication section of my portfolio. Perhaps I've led a project in one of my roles, and I can add some feedback from my team here. It really is any kind of evidence that you've got throughout your career, and you would add to this and keep building on your evidence of your experience of what you've achieved in the real world. A great way to share that as well is up here. So you can make this private. I've got this private at the moment. Sorry, I've got this public at the moment. So I can copy this link and I can share this. I can also just directly share it here on LinkedIn or Facebook or put it into WhatsApp. So it is a good way to keep track of all of your work, especially as you start to build up a picture of your increasing technical skills. This is a really good way to check where your gaps are and start to build up evidence to show that you're gaining new skills and how you've applied those. So any certificates that you get, you can put them in here. Links to other things that you've done, put them in here. It's a great catalogue of you, of your career and what you're doing. It can travel with you throughout your career as you build up. I mean, it's so easy to forget what we've done. I've forgotten so many things that I've done, and I have to look back through CVs and things like that to think, oh, yes, that I do remember doing that now. But this is a much better way to showcase that to future employers or to your boss or for yourself if you're planning your next steps for your career. It makes it very visual and very easy to share. So that's my recommendation is, start building up your portfolio. And that's a great one as well to support if you're going to apply to become associate or any of the more technical grades within the Institute of Analytics. This helps to support your application. Okay, I'm going to go back now. Here we are. So lots of choices there, lots of things that you can do, really practical things, practical and hands-on, helping you to demystify what does it mean to learn particular skills, what skills. It's made very clear within that course, the one that I was showing you, the accountant to associate course. The PDF for the skills assessment is in there. But I will send it to you after this webinar anyway. I'm going to send it to you as a PDF and you can have a look there. But it is within that course, just in case you're wondering where I've got it from. It's from that course. So absolutely a joy to have you here. Wonderful to talk to you and show you a bit more about upskilling and supporting your journey. Please do use the portfolio. It's quite a new feature, so if you notice anything that you think maybe we could improve something, please tell us, please share us your feedback. But I'd say get started on using it. Have a look at the course that I've suggested here, and please do not hesitate to contact us if you have any questions. We are here with you on your career journey.